Today we are going to discuss about limit test for chlorides. Before that, let us see what is mean by impurity and limit test. So first we will see what are impurities in pharmaceuticals. Impurity is any extraneous, that means irrelevant or external material present in the drug substance affecting the purity of active ingredient. Impurities commonly in chemical substance include small quantities of lead, arsenic, iron, chloride and sulfate. Presence of impurities in the pharmaceutical substances may produce toxic effects on the body and may also lower down the active strength of the pharmaceutical substance. So that Indian Pharmacopoeia provides permissible limit of impurity and designate the pharmaceutical substance as standard. Now let us see what is the meaning of limit test. Limit tests are quantitative or semi-quantitative tests designed to identify and control small quantities of impurities which are likely to be present in the substance. Limit test is generally carried out to determine the inorganic impurities that may be present in the compound. So in a limit test, the amount of impurities present in the test substance is compared with the standard. So in limit test, standard opalescence or turbidity or color or stain obtained by the reaction of known quantity of impurity with the reagent is compared with that obtained by reaction of specified quantity of test sample with the reagent. That means in limit test, the impurity is reacted with certain reagent which will produce either turbidity or color, which is then compared with the color or turbidity obtained by the known amount of impurity. So this comparison is called as limit test. The apparatus which is generally used to perform the limit tests for chloride, sulfate, heavy metals, iron, etc. is called as Nessler cylinder. Nessler cylinders are used to prepare the test solution and standard solutions. Okay. So Nessler cylinders are actually the matched tubes of clear colorless glass with a uniform internal diameter and a flat transparent base. Nominal capacity of Nessler cylinders is either 50 ml or 100 ml. So this is the diagram which shows two Nessler cylinder. It is a pair of Nessler cylinder having capacity 50 ml. Okay, with same internal diameter and flat transparent base. This is another diagram which is showing test solution and standard solution filled in this Nessler cylinder, and turbidity is produced which is then compared. Now we will see what is the procedure for limit test for chlorides. Okay, so before discussing the procedure, we will know what is the principle involved in limit test for chloride. Okay, so the principle involved is the limit test for chloride. It is based on the reaction of soluble chlorides with silver nitrate in presence of dilute nitric acid to form insoluble silver chloride, which appears as the turbidity or opalescence in the solution. Okay, means in this limit test, the chloride impurity which is soluble in water, it is treated with silver nitrate in presence of dilute nitric acid, which forms silver chloride, which is insoluble and thus precipitates, and thus solution becomes turbid. As this type of reaction takes place, chloride ion which is present as an impurity in the sample solution will react with silver nitrate solution in presence of nitric acid and form silver chloride precipitate. Due to formation of precipitate, the solution will become turbid, and this turbidity obtained for test solution, it depends upon the amount of chloride present in the substance, and this turbidity is then compared with the standard opalescence produced by the addition of silver nitrate to a standard solution having known amount of chloride, and the same volume of dilute nitric acid is used in the test solution. Now we will see what are the reagents that are required to perform the limit test for chlorides. So first reagent is a standard chloride solution containing 25 ppm parts per million of chlorides. Okay, so this solution can be prepared by diluting 5 volumes of 0.0824% weight by volume solution of sodium chloride to 100 volumes with water. The second reagent that is required for the limit test of chloride is 0.1 molar silver nitrate solution. It can be prepared by dissolving 17 gram of silver nitrate in water to produce 1000 ml of the solution. Another reagent required is dilute nitric acid. Okay. It is prepared by diluting 10.6 ml of concentrated nitric acid to 100 ml with water. The use of nitric acid is to dissolve other impurities that may be present along with chloride impurities. Okay, so nitric acid prevents the precipitation of carbonates and hydroxide impurities which may be interfere in the observation. Okay. Suppose nitric acid is not used, then if carbonate or hydroxide impurities are present in the sample, they may also react with silver nitrate to form silver chloride carbonate or silver hydroxide, and thus may produce the precipitate along with silver chloride and thus affect the observation. But if nitric acid is used in the test, then carbonate or hydroxide impurities cannot form the precipitate, they are converted into soluble components, and thus carbonates and hydroxide cannot interfere into observation, and for that purpose nitric acid is used. Now let us see the procedure as per the Indian Pharmacopoeia 2018. So we will see how the test and standard solutions are prepared as per IP 2018. So to prepare test solution, prepare this in one Nessler cylinder, prepare the sample solution as directed in the monograph in Pharmacopoeia and transfer into a Nessler cylinder which is labeled as test solution. And to prepare standard solution, take 10 ml of standard solution of sodium chloride containing 25 ppm of chloride in another Nessler cylinder which is labeled as standard solution. Now in both Nessler cylinders, add 10 ml of nitric acid, dilute nitric acid in both test and standard solution. Then dilute both the solutions to 50 ml with water, and then to both the Nessler cylinder add 1 ml of 0.1 molar silver nitrate solution, then stir and keep aside for 5 minutes. Turbidity will be produced after addition of silver nitrate. Then observe the opalescence or turbidity transversely against a black background and compare the turbidity in test solution with standard solution. Now if the observation is such that if opalescence produced in sample solution is less intense than that of standard solution, then the sample passes the limit test for chlorides. So if this type of observation is there, that turbidity in test solution is less intense than turbidity in standard solution, then this sample solution passes the limit test for chloride, means chloride impurities are present within the acceptable limit in the sample solution. So these are the references for this limit test for chlorides. Thank you.